Okay, round one ended on a relatively anticlimactic note, but we're back for round two. At least we won, so we're in a good spot. One more win in either this or the next round, and we'll have made back our entry fee, which is pretty nice. Obviously, the goal is to 3-0, just to gain those sweet, sweet 50 play points. But yeah, I mean, most of the fun is in playing and putting out these videos. Man, is our opponent not going to join? We just have some duds of opponents today. Alright, they joined. Okay, let's play first. These are weird buttons. Yeah, we're going to keep this. Seems solid. We got 2 per number spiders going pretty early. Lead on the Pilgrim. Hopefully get in for 1. I'm guessing the opponent's deck is going to be a lot better this round. That's a hoof. We can certainly ramp to that eventually. I'm not exactly sure what blue-black does in this format again. I think it's like instance control or something like that. But this could also be like a multicolor deck. Yeah, looks like it. Alright, Signet, solid. We're gonna run out of Spider. It's a decent removal spell. Dinrova Horror would be great against a Spider token. Destroy it and make the opponent discard. I'm definitely scared of that here. Alright, we've got blue-white. Looks like 3 mana is going to be spent. Signets are so hard to use on Magic Online if you don't know how to use them already. You basically have to tap them before anything else, which is very annoying. That looks like what our opponent is struggling with, so I would guess maybe that they're not the most experienced Magic Online player, which bodes well for our chances, but I wouldn't read too much into it. Alright, what does this creature do? Okay, so 2 white-blue blink something. That seems fine. We could ground assault that, but I think this turn we just want to Advent of the Worm. Seems very good. We'll attack with our Pilgrim. I don't think the opponent will block, though they certainly might. I think that would be fine. I mean, we're not planning on casting Hoof really realistically anytime soon. This opens us up to counterspells, but I would rather Advent as a surprise than maybe open us up to like a sorcery speed removal spell or something like that. Oh, shoot. The Witch can actually blink our tokens, which is going to be really good. So we actually do want to kill that kind of as soon as we can. Probably we'll end up killing that with our Ground Assault. Let's see what this is. Desecration Demon, huh? Alright. That's pretty good. We don't want to sack anything. I think our plan here is just going to have to be to really... Alright, we get the Witch for free. That's good. Our plan here is just going to have to be to try to race that demon. I think probably by playing a Penumbra Spider and sacking it immediately to get in for 8. And then hopefully another 8 next turn. Hopefully we can close this out before the opponent does something too powerful for us. We want to sack the right Penumbra Spider, which is the one with the swirl for Summoning Sickness. And attack for 8, and pass the turn. Looking good for us, but anything can really happen here when the opponent has access to so many colors. A Wrath would leave us with a 2/4, so that wouldn't be too bad. I don't want to sack a creature. I'm fine with the opponent attacking. Although that would be a scary sign because it would mean that the opponent has a plan to deal with our board. Unfortunately, this demon is now kind of out of the range of Ground Assault because we've sacrificed 1 creature to it. But that being said, I think we're still pretty fine. Okay, so the question here is whether we want to play out a Thoktar to sacrifice. And I think we kind of need to go for the win here, so I think that's actually the better play. It does mean that we can't cast Ground Assault, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, I think we're just going to go for the highest chance of a win this turn. I'm guessing this worm probably gets killed, and we only get in for 5. But yeah, that's certainly better than getting in for something like 3. We're 2 mana away from Hoof. Really 3 mana, because if this Pilgrim sticks around, like, the opponent doesn't have Wrath, I'm guessing. We're not losing this game. Alright, so we're going to get in for 7, it looks like, unless the opponent has another removal spell. Which they certainly might. Yeah, it looks like they do. Maybe the trap, whatever that's called. Arrow volley, pitfall, yeah. Okay, so this is a pretty challenging position, I think, for us now. I think we probably do want to sacrifice to the demon, although that doesn't leave us in a great spot. We can hit for 4, potentially, assuming the opponent plays something that we can Ground Assault. But yeah, this is not looking great. We kind of went all in and got punished. Although I'm not sure exactly what else we could have done. I think we do want to sacrifice here. Hopefully the opponent plays like a medium-sized creature that we can just kill. I don't think we have any reach in our deck, so unfortunately, even if the opponent is at 1, that's a big problem with this big demon that's just going to be hitting us for a lot of damage. We really need to close out fast. Alright, we can kill that. I thought it might be without flying, but it is not. So we're going to kill that and get in for 4. And then next turn, hopefully we can play Thoktar, sack it to demon, and get in for the rest. This is a very close game. The multicolor control deck definitely has a lot of removal and a lot of different cards that can really get you unexpectedly. But I think we're in a decent position here. This Hoof has basically been blank, which kind of sucks, but if we had drawn a bunch of lands, then maybe it would have done something better. Alright, that's a Seagate Oracle. Opponent is still ostensibly dead if they don't have more action, but the Oracle does dig them to action, so it's getting a little risky to keep sacking. I don't know if we're going to have to go for it or not. Alright, so this is going to be 6, so still not really close to Hoof. The question here is whether we want to just go for it here. The opponent has 3 mana. This is really tough. This is like a key pivotal decision. The question is what happens if we do not go for it. Can we still win the game? Or do we have to basically go for this, what seems like a relatively low chance of victory, and just hope our opponent has nothing here? If we play Thoktar and don't sacrifice it, and the opponent has a removal spell, or sorry, we're assuming that we don't sacrifice it because, I don't know, we're just assuming that we play it and don't sacrifice it. Then the opponent probably untaps, plays some big action spell. Then we have 3 creatures to the opponent's 3, and we can only get in for another lethal hit if we draw a land, or if we draw a creature, rather. We would get hit by the demon. If we didn't draw a creature, we could potentially have drawn something like a land, and then maybe the next time we draw another land for Hoof. This is a very, very close decision. I don't think it's clear either way, but I think that it's right to go for the risky short-term play and to just try to get in these few last points of damage. This could easily be wrong, but I'm going to err on the side of being aggressive and assertive here. So yeah, if this doesn't work out, we're presumably dead. But if it does, we win. It's a very, very high-risk, high-reward type of decision, and regardless of what the opponent does have, I think what the decision we made with the information we had is easily the most important thing. The opponent probably does have something here because they took the time to block instead of just conceding. So, yeah, it looks like we're pretty much wrecked here. Yep, this is not good. We get hit for 10. We could potentially sacrifice yet again and just try to hit like land into hoof. But I think it's probably better to just get hit for 10 here. Opponent looks to be basically Esper. Splashing red as well. Alright, Evil Twin's good. Can copy like a demon. Yep. The opponent does get to destroy their own demon if they want. Yeah, we're not gonna sacrifice this turn. We're probably gonna have to sacrifice next turn. This also lets us populate and then sacrifice, which is slightly better. Okay, Sylvan Ranger allows us to sacrifice. So we get to keep our 2/4, and it gets us a land, which actually gets us very close to hoof, which is nice. I think to not make it seem like we were likely to have a hoof, we'll get something like a plains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So we're not going to sacrifice anything here. We're going to try to sacrifice Sylvan and take 6 down to 4, and then hopefully draw a land and cast hoof and maybe win with that. Important to know that Spider can also block a flyer, but I don't think we're going to be doing that this game. It's important to know which demon the trigger is coming from. So this is coming from this one, so we are going to sacrifice. And we are not going to sacrifice. And are we going to take 6? It looks like we are. Oh boy. That's really frickin' frustrating. Yep, we drew a Guildgate, so can't play our hoof. And we are just going to hope the opponent clicks through their attack step. And maybe we could cast hoof that way. But looks like we're dead here. The classic. Yep. Okay, we're dead. Oh, I am an idiot. I should have blocked. Yeah, that was dumb. I mean, I don't think there's anything we could have drawn that would have actually done it. But we could have some reach in our deck that I had forgotten about. So yeah, that was pretty dumb. But yeah, it doesn't look like there was anything. But still. Oh, you know what there was? There was the Thornscape Battle Mage. All right. I mean, regardless, that was a misplay, but like that was a misplay that actually did cost us win percentage. So yeah, I should not have been so frustrated and not really thinking. But yeah, I don't think we really want anything else here. Scourge Devil might be fine as sort of a recursive threat, but I really think our deck is well set up as is, so we're just going to run it. This seems like it could be a pretty bad matchup for us, though. Desecration Demon is very powerful, though, although so is Advent of the Worm. We both had good things going on that game. Okay, we're going to play first. That's a keep. It's a very good keep. It's a very good curve. I like it. forest here. I don't like this. It's weird. Don't like the OK button still being there. It's very confusing. I don't know why they made it like that. Is our opponent going to let us do this? Yes, we would like to use the ability. Thank you very much. All right, get a forest. Next turn we want to play that forest just to conceal information. And we're probably going to main phase, not main phase, but combat phase Eyes in the Skies, just to, or to basically get through that Kraken hatching it looks like we're going to be doing. Unless the opponent has something. So I'm thinking an Agony Warp is pretty likely here, but that doesn't really change our play. Eyes in the Skies still is basically getting a free card out of our opponent. So yeah, we're just going to attack with both here. Opponent is incentivized to block the 2/2, then we Eyes in the Skies, then sure they can Agony Warp, but it's not like our guy is dying. It's just not killing the Kraken Hatchling. I guess they could kill a 1/1 from Eyes in the Skies, which would basically have the same effect. Doesn't look like they do have it though, so yeah, we're in a decent spot here. We could make a 3/3 with Slime Molding next turn. I think since we haven't seen a Wrath yet, just more board presence is better against a deck with a lot of 1-for-1 removal. This could be alright. We have seen a Wrath. That was a good one against us, so I think our best bet here is to probably just make a 4/4. Unless we draw something, which we did. I don't think we want to play this main phase to play our counter spells, considering that we haven't seen any yet. So yeah, we're just gonna wait on the Advent. We can make a 5/5 with Slime Molding next turn. Hopefully this isn't Demon. Opponent likely boarded this Cowering Fear in. Oh right, this can't be Demon. The opponent doesn't have double black yet. That's good. If this is the Witch, though, that will be very annoying, because I don't even know if we can play out our tokens against that. Alright, Seal of Doom is going to deal with our Advent, so that's unfortunate. But at least we get our 5/5 from Slime Molding, and we still have this Hoof in hand, which is going to do good work, hopefully. Alright, let's attack. This one will get killed. And then we'll play an Ooze. All the 5/5 tokens we could wish for. But yeah, our opponent's deck is definitely shaping up well against us. Opponent could play the Demon this turn if they have it in hand. 5 cards, yeah. This Cowering Fear was just brutal. If we'd had a non-1/1 creature, we could have saved the Temple, which would have been big, but we did not. Lingering Souls, very, very good. Can't effectively block our 5/5, though. Alright, that's a land. We will play it and play Pilgrim and attack. Opponent takes. And theoretically next turn we've got a Hoof coming down, regardless of whether we draw a land or not. But I'm guessing the opponent might do something that kills the Pilgrim. Or maybe the Ooze. Alright, yeah, even with the potential of counterspells here, I think we just want to jam Hoof. We're not going to play the Guildgate just to keep a card in our hand. This is hopefully lethal. Alright, it resolves. Let's see if it gets removed. Not yet. And ostensibly this is lethal on board, although the opponent has shown they have plenty of mid-combat stuff to do. I'm not sure if Hacking the Warp would save them. It looks like it would. It would leave them at 1 life, which is a little bit annoying, because 1 life is so much more than 0 in this matchup. But no, it looks like we got there. All right, we're going to game 3 in this tough matchup. I don't think there's much we can bring in. I don't think I've seen any artifacts or enchantments. I could be wrong though. Yeah, I really don't think there's much, so we're just gonna run with this. Seeing an Anthem would be very good, I think, here, if we can get it down before like a Cower and Fear. Maybe just go turn 3 Anthem, turn 4 Eyes in the Sky, something like that. This is a keep. I don't know about the mana, but hopefully we can draw more lands and sort it out. As is, we technically can't cast any of our spells except for the Slime Molding for 2, and the Signet, obviously, but I think we should be fine. It's a hand of very powerful cards. Opponent is setting up their mana pretty well. We are not drawing lands, which is very annoying. Alright, I don't think we cast anything here. I think we just leave all the powerful stuff in our hand. We could cast Battle Mage, Slime Molding for 2, but I don't think either of those is really worth it. Okay, here we can leave up Advent. We can play a Spider, we can play a Thoktar. I think we just want to leave up Advent. The opponent hasn't shown any counterspells, and so this sort of lets us overload the opponent's removal a little bit. It does mean that they're going to be able to use their first removal spell on the most effective threat, but I think they're going to be able to kill Advent regardless of what happens, so yeah. And it also would play around instant speed removal, except the opponent still gets to use their mana with a Forbidden Alchemy here. They bottomed, or they put into the graveyard 3 lands, so we don't really know what's going into the hand, except they probably have more lands in hand. This might be a seal or something. If it's a seal, alright, it's not a seal, but if it was, I think we would still play out Advent and just get that trade out of the way. It's not a great trade for us, but I think we have to make it in terms of mana efficiency. This Advent looks like it's going to get in for at least a few damage, though. That's how an Advent of the Worm should be cast, with Bant mana. Ideally in a deck with Sphinx's Revelation, but we don't have that luxury here. Alright. Let's get in there. See if it gets killed. Looks like it might be. Yep, getting killed, that's fine. Unfortunate, but fine. We will play a big token, I think. This is going to be a 5/5. Yeah. Just play out another 5/5. See how that works out for us. And then next turn we can potentially play both Spider and Thoktar, which will be nice. Or Battle Mage if we see any artifacts. I'm surprised the opponent doesn't have more Signets. They've just basically done this all based off of dual lands, which is pretty sweet. I definitely want to draft a deck like the opponent's at some point in this format. Okay, we're going to start off by attacking. And then I'm guessing we're just going to play something like a Thoktar. Number Spider just gets blocked by Oracle, so it's not really useful to play. Another Pitfall Trap. Alright, that is very annoying. We could play out Thoktar, or we could play out Spider and then try to Maka. I think going with the Thoktar is just going to be the better play here. We need to run our opponent out of action. Out of like removal spells before we want to try doing like tricks or anything complicated like that. It's very hard to know what to play around in the opponent's deck. What is this? Another removal spell? Mystical Teachings. Oh man, this deck is so sweet. I wish I was playing the opponent's deck. So cards we've seen that they could get. Alright, they got Cower and Fear. That's interesting. It's not very good against our hand, which is pretty lucky for us. But it means that they definitely have an answer to this Thoktar. this be Demon? Seal of Doom. Alright, that's going to kill the Thoktar. Assuming before it gets to deal combat damage. Alright, we'll attack with Thoktar. We could also just kick a Thornscape Battle Mage to kill the Seagate. Alright, we're going to let this happen. Unless the opponent does not. Yeah, Agony Warp makes it a 2-1. Man, that's so rough. I guess we can just kick a Thornscape to kill the Seagate, so yeah, we'll just do that. Alright, so how do we do this? Cast with red kicker. We'll do this. We can't play another spell this turn, but that's fine. There goes our only reach, so from now on we have to win fair and square. These Penumbra Spiders are going to do some good work, though. It looks like the opponent just has 1-for-1 removal. Mystical Teachings is a pretty good engine, but we might be able to just run the opponent out of answers, unless they play something like a Desecration Demon, in which case we're, I think, in trouble. Yeah, I think the opponent's deck works a lot better when there's a threat like the demon that they're really protecting. Something, you know, they could like Evil Twin one of our threats and we don't really have much removal, stuff like that. Alright, that is a threat of sorts. Easy for us to deal with, but it's not very easy for us to get through. Alright, I think we'll just cast 2 Penumbra Spiders this turn. Leave the Maca in our hand for some trickery once that seal is gone. And it looks like basically a stalemate, which does favor our opponent. They are on less time, which is kind of important when the game goes long like this. And we have a hoof in our deck that can just end the game once we draw it. So we definitely have outs here, but I don't think this board position necessarily favors us. Although, again, we're not in dire straits by any means. Reckoner can do some really good work. I'm guessing that'll get destroyed, so if we play it out before the seal happens. So in that case, I think what we want to do is start maybe attacking with our spiders. No, I don't think we can afford to do that. I think we just have to play out the Reckoner and let it get destroyed here. Just leave up more colors of mana rather than more mana. Use our Signet for white. Basically, we can force the use of the Seal of Doom here, which makes our Maca a lot more effective in combat. Although I don't really want to be committing resources to start getting in damage. I would much rather just try to wait and draw some good cards than rather like throw my resources away to try to start getting a good board position, because our opponent is really going to start cranking through here. So they're going to find the answers, and we're not going to be attacking for much, is basically what I'm trying to say. I think this game really rests on how soon we draw Craterhoof, which doesn't bode well for us, but we do have like an easy out. Alright, this Mist-Meta Witch is going to be very annoying if we can't deal with it. Yeah, that's pretty brutal here, and we don't really have a way to deal with it except our Ground Assault. Or this Fiery Justice, that also works. So once this activates, we can target. So I think we're just going to lead off by attacking with everybody except the Battle Mage and see how that goes. I presume the Witch will try to activate, and then we can kill stuff in response. We can basically kill the opponent's whole board. That's going to be very nice. I'm consistently forgetting the cards that I have in this deck, which does make sense. It's a pretty new format with a lot of interaction and a lot of powerful but interesting cards. Alright, so I'm guessing this is going to be a Witch activation, which would be very good for us. It is not. It is an Agony Warp. We could Maka, but I don't think we want to. I think we just want to let this happen. And then hopefully we see an activation of the Witch. Does not look like that's happening. Although it could happen after blocks, I guess. Alright, this is fine. Looks like the Witch is going to activate and we still get to do our thing. So that wasn't the worst case scenario for us. Alright, so now... Oh, this is a sorcery. Damn it. Alright, well, I guess we can still do it post-combat, so... The opponent does get an extra 3/3. Oh, does this return end step? Ugh, that's frustrating. But either way, I think we just need to kill the Witch and the 3/3 here. It's just too powerful of an engine. We can go 3, 1, yeah, 3, 1, 1. All right. And then the opponent's going to gain 4 life, basically, but that's fine. All right, so then the opponent, I think the this is going to return end of turn. So the opponent has a 1/1 and a 3/3, and we've got basically the same board state. We could play out the Maka here, which I think we might just want to do. Looks like the opponent has kind of sussed out what we have, a combat trick in hand, so yeah, I'm just going to play that out. Yeah, okay, so the guy returns. We're not in a good spot again. I forgot that this was a sorcery, / learned that it was a sorcery. So the opponent could easily draw like their good threat before we do, which it looks like might have happened. All right, that's definitely a version of that. We can double block it though with our 2/4s, so I think we block. Yeah, we block if this golem comes in. Let's see, does that leave us with lethal with a hoof? I think it still does. Although I guess there's that seal there. So yeah, I'm actually just going to take this. 3 damage shouldn't matter that much. Alright, we're just going to sit back until we draw a hoof here. That's the plan. The opponent is at 12 cards in library and 6 minutes on their clock. That's, I think, our main win condition besides hoof. But they're likely going to draw something like a Desecration Demon before that happens. Before either of those happen. What is this? This does not look good. Demorova Horror, potentially. Oh god. Cruel Ultimatum. Okay. Sacrifice a creature. I guess I'll sacrifice a Penumbra Spider. Discard 3 whole cards. The opponent draws 3. I lose 5. Yeah, I mean, hard to beat a Cruel Ultimatum. The opponent's deck is so sweet. If we draw, you know, like an immediate crit hoof, like, we can still win. But wow. Cruel Ultimatum. The opponent is living the dream. Alright. Hoof one time. Hoof one time. Not quite, but that does things. That definitely does things. We can attack with our 4/4, I guess. Doesn't do a whole lot, but sets us up decently. Opponent gonna have a lot of cards though now. We can double block like a demon with our 2/3/5 reaches, which will be nice. We have to watch out for our life total now. Alright, I think I'm just gonna block this with a single. No, I think a double block is probably more advisable. I'm not really sure what the opponent's going to try to do here, but I guess Agony Warp like does decent things here. Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, we'll take that loss. It's not even a huge loss. It's just a 1-for-1, but this does set up for like, you know, any removal, so really kind of at this point eliminates our blocking, but that was a removal spell in and of itself. So I think it's important at this point probably to try to count the number of lands and the number of spells the opponent has left. That's going to be a good one. Yeah, we're looking at hoof or die very quickly here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm guessing the opponent has 2 lands and 7 spells left. They probably just went with 17. Not a hoof, but another creature to play out. We're in full defensive mode at this point. There's really no way we're going to be trying to attack in. Yeah. So, yeah, again, I think we're going to lose, but it's certainly going to be an entertaining finish. The opponent's deck is so sweet. I love it, even though we're losing to it. This seal destroys non-black creatures, so it can't destroy the Reachers, which is good. And this process is going to take a while in terms of time for our opponent. So I am not ashamed to try to time an opponent out. Oh, yeah, the Witch can also just get rid of the Reachers. I forgot about that. That is pretty devastating. I know I've been saying hoof for a few turns, but this is probably the turn where it's truly hoof or die, and it might not even be enough. We will take 4. Opponent, Evil Twins, Moroi. Okay, so we are dead next turn. Hoof or bust. Let's go. Hoof might not even be enough, but yeah. All right. We are just going to attack with everybody. Try to maybe make our opponent spend some time doing things there, but yeah, basically we're dead. This was a well-thought match. I think our opponent's deck is very sweet and very respectable. I'm not ashamed to lose to it at all. It's unfortunate, though. Like, we could have drawn some more action, but I don't think we really have any way to complain about this. I guess the only complaint would be that the opponent was so slow and yet still didn't time out. Alright, I am human. Where was our hoof? Not for a while. Was it the last card? Nah, it was the third to last card. So uninteresting. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in round 3.